Welcome, I'm Todd Raffel with ERE Media. ERE.net is our domain name. And I'm here with Kendall Messner, who recruits executives in life science and in sales for a company called Cognizant. I don't know if you've heard of Cognizant. It's actually a Fortune 500 company, very, very fast-growing IT services company. You may not have heard of, but debatably one of the faster-growing companies there is Cognizant. We're talking about, oh, by the way, Cognizant has a couple folks speaking at ERE's conference next month in Atlanta at the end of October, and that's going to be interesting too. We are talking here about a Twitter chat. It's not the first Twitter chat there's been. It's actually his first Twitter chat, Cognizant's first Twitter chat, I believe, which was just held. Kendall, tell us, for those who don't know, what a Twitter chat is, for starters.
Sure. Well, Twitter chat is an additional way to supplement your online promotion, to supplement information, and most importantly, a way to start a conversation with individuals in a social media way. So we promote and inform people through our website, YouTube, SlideShare, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Circles. None of these forums, though, really allow for a large online conversational group event. And that's really what it is. It's an opportunity to get a large group of folks to participate in a conversation and learn, to be heard, to be responded to, and to learn. So it gives us potential prospects an opportunity to participate in this conversation.
Okay, this Twitter chat, as I understand it, was based on one campus, Arizona State, and it was the first of what you plan on being a series of Twitter chats for other campuses, correct? Absolutely,
yes. And not only for campuses, but eventually, campuses are a great place for us to pilot the program. Lots of millennials that are obviously, and the younger faction of the coming workforce are going to be on campus, therefore likely more attuned to utilizing something like Twitter and coming out and participating. So we thought that's a good spot to start, but eventually it will shift and move even to executive conversations and could even involve conversations that involve leadership here at Cognizant.
And a Twitter chat is merely a Q and answer or comment back and forth using a hashtag. In other words, anyone can chat. This was just marketed to Arizona State, correct?
Anyone could jump in and chat. This was marketed to Arizona State. I believe for each campus, we're going to have a landing page in the future where it will be specifically promoted to that campus and archived, and the information then, once the Twitter chat's complete, will be saved there. So if you can't make the specific time for the chat, you can at least review what happened, what information's there.
I think you used Cognizant Hires was the... Okay.
Yes.
How did it go? Both in terms of the type of people you wanted and maybe the quantity of people. And by the way, on the recruiting end, the Cognizant end, or the hiring manager end, you tell me, how many people were involved in commenting and answering questions on the Cognizant end as well?
Okay. It's hard to really say how many of the students were observing. As far as participation goes, we really only had maybe 2-3 direct tweets in response to some of the questions we had up there. As far as Cognizant goes, we did have a good group of folks. I believe we had 5 individuals that were actively participating in answering and quantifying, clarifying the questions that we presented.
Is there anything you learned that you could give advice to other companies who are doing something like this, or something that you've learned that you're going to take yourself to your next Twitter chat?
Well, when we've read, you always hear when you start something out like anew and afresh that consistency is important, and continuing to have a predictable, consistent calendar so that people that do start to follow you and want to participate know when and where to do so. This is our first one, so we want to follow that idea to the hilt. We really do feel that's going to be important in building a following and developing more participants. So that's a key takeaway, I think, from the event. Beyond that, it was also a great exercise in learning how to frame questions within that within a Twitter within the Twitter guidelines, which limit the amount that you can say in a specific answer. Everything's pretty short, pretty succinct, and lots of links to information and interesting information through the chat as well.
Will you follow up with anyone and say, hey, I saw you at the Twitter chat, you asked a good question, do you want to chat like real people on the phone sometime, or do you want me to email you, or do you want to apply for a job?
Absolutely. I mean, to me, selfishly speaking, it's the greatest value of the Twitter chat is to have an opportunity to really engage. You can take a look at those that do tweet, look at their profile. If you have an opportunity that fits, it's a great way to introduce one another, and makes for a warm call when you do reach out as well.
Last thing, why Twitter? Why not another medium? Facebook or virtual career fair or something else? Or is it just one of the above?
Yeah, I think that we do have a Facebook page, and we did some of the promoting for this through our Facebook page. But just in terms of being able to have that live feeling, quick uptick on the comments and keep it conversational. Yeah. This really was it's a popular website as well that most people are familiar with and already signed up for. So you take that obstacle out of the way. Those are the main reasons, sure.
Kendall Messner from Cognizant, good luck with your next Twitter chat. I'm Todd Raffel with ERE Media. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Todd.